All right, let's start out with getting to know the fingerboard here. That's where we're really going to be starting out on a couple of different things. We're going to look at this as a map, and we're going to do some exercises with our right hand to start getting us ready to be able to play some lead guitar while keeping that steady bass going. So let's take a look at the first area. We're going to be, first off, we're going to be in the key of A. And I've got my guitar tuned just to a regular standard tuning. So you just take out your tuner, tuned up to standard tuning, and we'll be fine. Now the first little position that I'm going to teach you is going to be in this position right here. We're going to call this the A position. It's basically around the first fret, and we're going to be getting into the cage system. So I'm going to be teaching you a little bit about the cage system, and the reason I'm going to be doing that is we use the cage system in order to transpose and to play our lead breaks in all different keys against all different chords. And you'll see as we get through this exactly what I'm talking about. But for the time being, let's take a look in this area here. We're going to be calling this the A box because it looks like an A chord. And we're going to be having certain notes in that A box that are going to work nicely as far as playing lead is concerned. And for now, we're going to take a look at our just these four strings, first, second, third, and fourth string. For now, what we're going to do is we're going to start on that E note right here at the second fret. Now, with your right hand, it's important to understand that the way I play with my right hand, I either use my first finger, my second finger, sometimes I'll put in my third finger, but mostly it's these two guys doing all the work. You can alternate your fingers, or you can just use one finger. It depends on just how fast you're going to be going. Sometimes it's faster to use two fingers than just using one. But we'll discuss this as we're working through this. So we have this first note. There's our E note. Then we're going to be hitting an open G, and then our root note. And this is important to know that your root note is going to be on the third string here. Okay, there's going to be your root note. There's your A note. So in the key of A and against an A chord, that's an important note to know. Your next note that we're going to be working through is you're going to be working your C note, your D, open E, and the F. I'm sorry, the G. Now this gives you the minor pentatonic scale. The minor pentatonic scale in this case, if we start from an A, and then we come to a C, D, E, G. There's your minor pentatonic scale in the key of A. We have that E there and the G here. Those are just two lower notes in this scale and in this area that we're doing. Now we're going to be adding other notes to that scale. We're going to be adding our C sharp, and then we're going to be also adding the F sharp. So we're going to be adding that note in there too. Now let's just take a look at playing this just straight through, but now we're going to be adding a bass note. And this is the whole key in playing lead and bass at the same time. We're going to get to use that. Right now we're just going to be hitting that open A all the time. And what I want you to work on is a little bit of a muting. You're going to take your part of your wrist right here, and you're going to place it right about on the saddle, just about here, where you can get, basically what I'm doing is I'm placing my palm in a spot not too far over this way and not too far back this way, but just about here. I get a little bit of a sweet spot, so I get a little tiny deadened sound. And getting that and then playing lead, you get more of a separation between the notes. So you can see that deadened. Now what I'm going to do is we're just going to play this exercise playing all the notes in just the minor pentatonic scale. So I just pinch, there's a pinch. Every time I'm hitting the open A, I'm hitting the other notes in the scale. So that's a good exercise to work on. Now another exercise that you can work on is just taking that and playing eighth notes. Now here you can use one finger or you can alternate your fingers. Take them out. So that's a nice little exercise just to get you going. But now let's take a look at some little licks that we can play here. Here's a little lick, and what I mean by a lick is I mean a phrase. So let's take a look. We'll take a break with this movie. I want to keep the movies kind of short. And in the next movie, next segment, we're going to be taking a look at playing a couple of these licks in this area. Okay?